Screens, man. We got some things we're gonna be working on today, man. So I'm in the process of putting me in a mech simulator for the tech room upstairs. We already got a 150-inch acoustic screen with speakers installed in the back of it. Right now I'm researching what I need for my Mech Warrior 5, what kind of controllers I can use with it. Somebody was telling me the flight stick actually works quite well with the pedals for the Mech Warrior. So I'm going to be looking into buying me one of them today. All right, so as soon as I get out of my outside clothes, just came in from some fast food, get my blood work done. I can change over to my regular clothes and get this screen painted so I can get this demonstration done for tonight for this company that wants to check out our technology on a floor display. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Also, too, like I said, I'm building a mech simulator. Oh yeah, I'm building one. I've been wanting one of these for a while. I saw Mech Warrior 5. I checked the reviews on it. It looks like a pretty hot game. I'm going to be picking one up. I want to pick it up, download it tonight. And I'm trying to find, some people are telling me that you can use the flight stick with the pedals. It works the same way with the Mech Warrior. It's compatible with it. Little button configuration, it'll work. So right now I'm trying to figure out which one has it, whether the PC has the better version or the PS4 has it. Either one, I'm going to need it. We're going to do one for flight. And I might do a flight simulator on that one too. So that's what we're going to turn the tech room into. A simulator for flight simulations and stuff like that. So hope this thing works, because I haven't played a good mech game in a long time. All right, check this out. This has got to be the coolest comb I've ever seen. It's made out of wood. And it flips up just like that. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. A company called Viking makes these things. Nice comb. But anyway, let me get out of my gear. Man, I had a ball today, man. I'm getting out of the house more and more every day, man. I had some fun. Got over to Home Depot and Lowe's. I got some Lowe's, carrying on, having some fun, checking out some new stuff they have over there. I might do some remodeling in the house. So I saw some stuff over there I liked over there, and got a chance to go to Wendy's and pick up some food over there. So bit by bit, yep, I'm getting over this little problem I got. I'm going to be outside every single day. Right here. I haven't had fast food in a long time. These things are a freaking bomb. All right, so we get out my gear. We got everything set up downstairs. Paint it up, get it dry, and have some fun with it. What? Taco! Ha ha ha! I'm pretty sure you guys want to be staring at a freaking wall all day. Hold on for a minute. Bring it over here. At least I can see the screen activated. Hold on. Put you over here. There we go. That way you can see the screen while I'm getting set up. We'll just watch this thing. Oh, I got some wood when I was at Home Depot. At Lowe's. Lowe's and Home Depot. We're going to make some fixed frame screens. On top of that, I'm deciding what we're going to use for fabric. We got to find something odd, something weird. We can turn it into a screen. Oh, taco. So you buffed the crap out of my prediction today. Exotic 4K tropical fish. I'm telling you, man, after going through Home Depot, the Lowe's today, popped over to the supermarket, got the rest of my blood work done today. I didn't want to go home. I honestly didn't want to go home. So every time I go out, I just do a little more. I push myself to do a little more. I really didn't want to go home. I wanted to buy some camping equipment. I'm gonna camp out in my backyard. Do something different than being in the house all day. Oh, my bad, Taco. What's up, man? What's up, man? Good, Taco. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Lord, let me get out. Get out. And we have the house. Just for a little bit. My fears and everything else. Yeah, man, I tell you, it's hard just seeing everybody. From my point of view, like I said, I don't really go out that much, but it's hard to seeing people walk around with masks on like that. When a couple years back, that didn't even exist. It didn't exist to see people walking around with masks on. I mean, the good thing about it is, if you didn't shave, you was good because you didn't wear a mask. But other than that, it's just too weird to take in. It's weird. Ouch. Why does it go back to normal? At the end of the day, it makes you think, when does it go back to normal? Does it ever go back to normal? Oh, what a great shirt. It says Tiger. This is much better. I like this shirt. Much baggier. Much baggier. I can bag your shirt. It's like my air flow is getting cut off at the end of the day. I can breathe. All right, let's get this thing done. Back to my normal clothes. Got some fresh wood for building a projection screen for later on. Cause I got some things I'm gonna do with this right here. Get this screen painted up, get it done, get back upstairs and get me a bowl of cereal. I love this technology, I really do. I also try to thank my Lord and Savior for blessing me to get out there and get what I gotta get done, get back in. So that way I don't have any complications. First time I walked out, I was having all kinds of anxiety attacks walking out the front door. Where you touch things, it'd be near stuff, but I was in there talking to people, having fun, get some information on some new stuff. I'm gonna do some upgrades to the house. I'm gonna put some new ceiling fans in. All this house is gonna be redone. I'm dropping about 200K in this house. All this is gonna be done. The floor is gonna be taken out because they gotta be leveled off. Ripping out the entire kitchen. The deck's gonna be taken out. That's gonna be redone. I'm putting a security fence. That just I already had to go down and have I got to get an attorney to go down to the city council to see exactly what I can get away with. I do know for a fact that I am going to put in some iron poles. I'll tell you that one. The reason I'm putting iron poles, it's going to be a reinforced iron pole system put in from the front to the back. This house is kind of interesting because the way the cars come around the corner, it's only a matter of time before something jumps the corner and slams into the side of my house. So just in case, I'm gonna have an iron post system put in and have the fence put behind it. With the trees to cover it up, you won't see it. But if you hit the side of the house, your car's gonna take a ton of damage. My house won't take nothing in. Just as a precaution. You should have that anyway. Especially if you have a house and you come around the corner, and my house is the first thing, and the car comes around, boom, my house is right there. So if something jumps the curve, it can hit my house. So I'm gonna put an iron post system from here to here, all the way around. So if you jump the house, God forbid, you don't happen to you, but you won't be hitting my house at the end of the day. You'll hit that iron system. You'll take out the gate, but you won't go no farther than that. That's what it's designed for. But I'm getting a steel privacy gate, put them in the slides back and forth. That's so I can have my bully sons, because I can't have them pit bulls. The pit bulls I want, I can't have them suckers what we have out here. That ain't gonna work. I can see that one right now. Lawsuit at the end of the day. Somebody getting bit from one of them dogs. It's gonna happen. So the way I gotta have it set up, somebody come in here and check the property line so I can see exactly where we gotta drop this gate. This gate got to be, I don't know how high we can have it, maybe 7, I hope 8 feet. I like to have an 8-foot gate. But it's not going to be privacy. It's going to be total complete privacy. So it's got to run the side up here. It's going to have a gate that goes back and forth here. It's going to go behind the bushes and go right down to the side. That way, at the end of the day, somebody don't get locked on. Because I told you, I don't train my dogs for cats. I don't train them for the dogs. I train them strictly for people. You cross it. That's it. There's your behind, Mr. Postman. So the way I'm setting the gate up so I can get mail and everything, it's going to be set up so people can drop their packages in. They'll come in on the side and drop in, and that's it. So I'm buying this house and 2 other houses on this side. I mean, look at the 2 houses on the other side. These are all going to be rented out. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not going to be to keep doing this forever. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do it forever. I'm happy with what I have. I really am. I do appreciate what I have. But eventually, I do want to change over to something else. I've been doing this for too long. I'm going to change up the scenery a little bit. Let somebody else run the company. I'll be a solid partner. Let them run it. And I'll get into something else. I'm getting old, people. I'm 54 years old. Can't do this forever. We've had this conversation before. I love what I do, but I got other things I want to do. Let me see. Oh, got the charger, man. What the freak is going on my brain today, bird? Let's get this done. I gotta paint this screen up real quick. But yeah, I want to redo this whole house. Reconstruct this whole entire house. Now, one of the things I do want to do with this house is I want to put a ductless system. Have you heard of ductless? That is the air conditioner and heat all in one unit. You don't have to rely on the heater system we have back there. None of that nonsense. The Tesla Powerwall, for solar power, you can run the entire house efficiently off the grid without touching anything. And for the anything electric upstairs, you get what do you call it? We got the air fryers, but they make an oven that's an air fryer too. All that electric. Convert everything into electric upstairs from gas to electric. As for the water heater, you can get electric water heater. They're about the size of, these things are small. Size of a cereal box, they're real small, fit on top of the wall. And what it does, it filters the water through it, keeps it constantly hot. It runs off electricity. Get those Powerwall units put in there, you can run the entire house completely off those units. They're quite expensive, but at the end of the day, you're not paying them any money. So I don't understand at the end of the day how all these resources were free and you got to pay for them. Like water. It's a shame you got to pay for this. But at the end of the day, this is free. Just got to figure out a way how to filtrate and clean it so you can make it drinkable. People need to start studying water harvesting. And if it's just something on a small scale, like having a trash can outside your house hooked up to freaking your gutters where the water comes down, just it's not really that hard. I mean, I got family in the military that live out in the middle of the desert, and they got their own, they do water harvesting. And they got enough water out there for their plants and flowers and the gardens and washing clothes and everything else at the end of the day, because it all comes from the sky. It's free. There's certain townships have certain requirements, like if it hits the ground, you can't touch it. They got certain rules out there, but as long as it hits that filtration system, which water drops from the sky, that's all free water right there. And then you sitting there paying a water bill while it's raining outside. That's messed up at the end of the day. Yep. I saw a unit that they had that basically my niece had, she's military. They got a unit in the house that cleans the water, purifies it so they can make it drinkable. It was drinkable at one point before man messed it up. It was at one point. Shoot, it was at one point where the water was so good that you could take your hand and dip it into a stream and drink from it. You can't do that stuff today. You mess around and grow a second arm. But there's a way to clean it, because if it wasn't a way to clean water, you wouldn't be buying this at the end of the day. So that's what gets me right there. So that's what I've been studying, all that stuff. All right, we got all this in here right here. Let's get the screen. We're going to repaint. We got it over here. Now, mind you, if you're doing a fabric screen, I told you if you're doing it from scratch, you do want to paint the surface twice. With any kind of paint, doesn't make a difference. It ain't got to be primer at the end of the day. It can be whatever you want. You know what I mean? It doesn't make a difference. The screen, it's just you have to absorb as much as you possibly can. Once you do that process right there, you can paint it over and over again. You don't have to go through that process all over again. Hooah! All right, so we're going to hang you guys up from the bird's eye view. I'm going to call this the bird's nest. That camera stand is going to be called the bird's nest up there from now on. Call it the bird's nest. As for, I'm going to tell you something, people. As for the other two individuals, at the end of the day, we said we had to set the video. Don't care after that. We're going to test the product when it gets done there, and that's the end of it. Moving on. I got things to do. I got a mech simulator I got to put together, and I got to see how I configure these buttons to run, because, man, this thing does what I think it does. I've seen 2 people already on YouTube using flight simulators for a mech controller. And, man, if this thing works the way I think it does, oh, I'm going to build me a whole section upstairs for this mech setup. Because the last setup I had that was literally that big was Steel Battalion. If you ever had the privilege of playing a Steel Battalion, the game on Xbox, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That was the biggest, baddest controller on the face of the planet. There is no controller that will ever match a Steel Battalion controller. You think I'm joking? Look it up. You can still buy them on eBay. They're expensive, but you can still buy them. That controller wasn't something you was going to the store and picking up and carrying home. No, either mom or dad was taking you down to pick that up. That was a big, big controller. You weren't putting it on your lap. You had to literally get a desk to put this thing on. This thing had 3 foot pedals. I'm talking about small foot pedals. I'm talking about full size pedals. Biggest controller I've ever seen. And it was 40 buttons, and you will memorize all 40 buttons because all 40 buttons had something, whether or not you survived on that game or you didn't survive. And if something went down with your equipment, armor, your arm got blown out, whatever, those controllers don't work anymore. You better improvise on how you're going to get through that situation. You know the most beautiful thing I like about that game, and I mean realistic, the most important button on that controller was the eject button. You want to know why? It took 80 hours to complete the game, and it wasn't easy. Some of the mechs you had to fight in the game were freaking brutal as I don't know what. But here's the kicker part. Whatever mech you achieved in the game, that's the only mech that you could play online. So if you started off, everybody knew if you was a beginner because you had a beginner's mech. But if you had one of those mechs walking around with the skull in the front of it, one of those huge monster mechs, oh, then you beat the game. You got one of those huge monster mechs, all right? But when you're playing this game, if you die in the game, the Xbox system erases all of your memory off the hard drive. You die. You go back to the very beginning. That's why you better remember where that your reject button is. Because if you're playing in the game, literally, not online, you're playing in the game and you die, it erases everything you saved off the game. You start all over again. You literally die. I love that game. Oh my goodness, man. And the thing about it, the cockpit had so much going on in the cockpit, you couldn't play it on a 25-inch screen because there was just so much going on. The bigger the screen, the bigger your view or field of view would be. Oh, and they finally have something similar to that called MechWarrior 5. I just saw it today. Man, I can't wait. And I'm watching people using this flight simulator with it. So you got one for the throttle, one for the control back and forth, and you can use the pedals in tank mode. Oh, yes. I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. And I got a 150-inch acoustic screen upstairs. Oh, we definitely going to convert that whole area for simulators. Simulator. Simulator. What's going on down here? We got... So I'm going to have to do this screen half and half because I don't want to hit my tarp at all through this simulator. And now I'm going to get this done because I ordered a breakfast meal and I want to eat my breakfast. And sausage and eggs. That's what I have upstairs on Wendy's. Now we're going to be using this one. We're swapping out my projectors. We're using this one. Instead, I got to change up the other one. Let's see how far we can get up on this. I'm short. I get a couple of trash bags to get the rest of this off. All right, so let's see. We need something here. I'm not going to jack up my surface for this at all. All right. Let me get a couple of trash bags because I don't want to mess up my surface here. Onward Christian soldiers marching on the war. Over here, over there. Over here. Yeah. I swear, other scissors, 3 times the company's words. I'm saving this drawer. Got 2 sets of scissors. Why do we always have one always upstairs, one always downstairs? Why? You know, watch out, all right for me. Oh, I know what to do with this. Deal with top projection screen. Yes. All right, I figured out what I'm gonna do with the lumber. I'm gonna build myself a tabletop projection screen setup. Yes, sirree. The bird's eye view, something portable. Oh yeah, definitely acoustic too. It's gotta be acoustic, definitely. It's in the bottom of it. Yes, that's what we're gonna do with it. Hopefully the rest of my supplies get here. I can finish my retro motorized projection screen for RetroPie. I got supplies coming today for that. Those of you who place orders, we're waiting for your supplies to get here so we can finish off your orders. Once they're done, we'll send you out a tracking number and get you going from there. Okie dokie. Oakley McDokie. Everybody taken care of. All right. That some of it, not all of it. So got about right here to here. There's some of it. Right there. I guess I'll put some boxes at the corner. I should knock out the rest of it. Let's see, we got some boxes here. Whew. I just don't want to mess up my white tart. I like it. I want to mess it up. All right, that's good. That'll definitely work. Whew. I painted 180 in here once. I still can't figure out how I did that one. That's a pretty big screen. All right, I need the rollers. Well, first things first. Let's get this mess cleaned up. See what I end up working on today. Okay. All right. I'm probably going to do this week, I'm going to do a portable 100-inch and 120-inch. We've got a 150-inch. I do want a portable 100 and 120-inch for my collection. Add for projectors I can take. I need the screen, next portable screens to have. All right, let me see. We need the paint. I don't have the label on this because I just made a gallon of this for myself because I got to do a couple of demonstrations. We painting a couple of screens with this stuff. So this is our Black Phantom. Let's get it started. Let's start off here first. And move down from there. So as you can see, the screen we used to have on there previously was a Phoenix. That is the Phantom. I told you Phantoms are darker, way darker than Phoenix. Way darker. All right. We'll have this dry in no time at all. Then tonight, I'm setting up the new projector over here. I'm going to take an, we said the NEC. We're going to change it out. Sorry, that's NEC. We're going to change out the projectors that. Oh, man. The Epson for NEC. Because the Epsons, when you use them, they don't exactly lay flat. Even if you keep them, they don't lay flat. Get out of here. Last minute. Gotta make some trouble. I shouldn't need more paint than that. Where did I see? I just had this a few minutes ago in my hand. Willie just had it that fast. Lost it that quick. Oh, yeah, over there. All right. Corners, I like to do. Corners it nicely. Here we go. Woo! That's over there. Stop doing it. this side. Okay. Get my areas on my grommets pretty good. All right, we're done. You know what I mean? When somebody sits there and tells you that it's an easy application, this is one coat. It's a 150-inch screen. Can you imagine if I had to paint this thing 4 times? Oh, heck no. I'm tired right now painting this thing in right now. This is a big screen and paint in from one end to the next. So imagine doing this 4 times when you get done. No way in the world. No. Heck no. Paint this thing 1 time and be done with it. You know what I mean? Most people, they come off their jobs, get off from work. The kids come in, they want to set their projector up, paint the screen in, be done with it. I'm just coming in from outside, from running my errands, and I'm tired. I want to sit down and eat, get some food in my stomach, watch a little TV, meditate for the rest of the day and pray, and then basically go back to work. But I'm painting this thing in 4 times in a row, you freaking kidding me? And I gotta wait for 2 to 3 minutes for the surface to set. Then the additional time it takes to dry the screen for each application. And then I gotta sit there and have to wash my rollers out 4 times after that. Oh, heck no. See, it's easy to do the demonstrations when you're doing a surface. It's not even a regulation projection screen. You're talking about even 4x5 or 3x4. That's the easiest screen to paint. I can knock one of them off in that timeline with no time at all. But doing this? Oh, no. Heck no. And I got to film. My screen's bigger than 150 inches on the wall. Man, I'm done. Gotta finish. Watch my roll out 1 time and finish. So, it's too much work. That was one of the problems with Goose Screen. Goose Screen's Memphis on painting one of their screens, it was a complete freaking nightmare at one point. It was a freaking nightmare. But you know, that's the only thing they had out there. Paint that thing in? Earn the day? No. So we're done. I'm finished. I'm going upstairs. I can enjoy the rest of my day. Come back in, the projector down here, hook it up on the stand, and we're finished. That's it. 1 coat application, that's it. Now, when you're doing fabric, as I said before, the first time you do it, you want to make sure you put your 2 coats in and let the surface, paint the surface, 2 coats in, let it dry the first time, let it dry the second time. You're going to dry it even faster. See those grommets on each end? You take your fan, like this. I don't have one on my fan, but you take a fan, and you take a zip tie or a piece of string, and you tie that up right there. What's going to happen is air is going to flow under the screen and on top of it. As it starts to dry, it's going to cause that wave effect. That should ensure your screen gets dried at the bottom and same at the top. If you're painting this on your driveway, if you're painting this inside your house, make sure you have plastic underneath. Mine and stuff that's going to soak right through the screen. You don't want to mess up your driveway. None of that stuff right there from the door. If you're going to have it outside, make sure whatever plastic you have is overlapping your screen or inside. Make sure you got some bricks or you have it taped down, because you turn the fan on, you don't want whatever dirt that's on the underneath the plastic to transfer over to the screen. So you don't want to have that happen either. Other than that, it dries in no time at all. I'm going to be downstairs and have some fun with it. So, let me unplug this for a minute. Those you don't understand exactly when I say you have to, when you wash your rollers out, let's go over to Dirty Betty. This is Dirty, we call this Dirty Betty. This is my sink. I clean all my equipment out, tools and stuff like that. Machines are all scrubbed down, and that's Dirty Betty. Dirty Betty is quite dirty, is she not? Don't get it wrong. She's a good girl. She's just dirty. So. All right, so we clean out the rollers and do 2 of them. This one we just painted a few minutes ago. We have to make that roller look like this. It's gonna be a lot of cleaning, ain't it? So you don't want to put too much soap in there, because then you'll be got forever painting out soap. And you want to make sure that you clean these down too, because what's going to happen if you got a little paint in there, you slap that roller back in there, what's going to happen is you're going to see these black lines pushing across your screen, because that's the paint going to be left over from there. Make sure you clean inside of it too. You'll clean inside of it, any dirt in there, and that pushes up in, that squeezes on top of that roller. It's going to squeeze a little paint out. You're going to have lines going into your screen also too. Run some wood over the top of it. Some hot water in there. Soap. Just put a little bit in there. You put too much soap in there, you'll be forever in there. You'll be in there, you'll be spending less than 20 minutes trying to clean the soap out of your roller. And get your mind out of the gutter quick. Some of y'all got some mental problems at the end of the day. I know you are. And this guy, I forgot what's this guy. He's a freak eater. One of the guys always a freak eater. So I guess they were having some kind of sausage eating contest. And before you start, like you guys out there, get your mind out of the gutter. Right there from the door. Because people, y'all weird. Y'all weird. At the end of the day, y'all weird. I'm not saying all of y'all, but y'all know who y'all are. Weird. But this is what you're going to have to go do anyway. Clean your roller out. Now, even if you got some dark in there, don't make a difference. It's going to be out. It's going to be clean. It's not going to transfer to your screen. Get some cold water in there. Make sure, get that all cleaned in there. Get off that water. Keep soaking it. You'll make sure none of that transfers to your screen. The next time you're using it, you don't want anything else transferred to the screen. All right, that's it. Keep soaking it, but make sure you got no soap left in there. Alright. That's the best you're going to be able to do right there. So, if you got to use it again, and this is what he didn't tell you, if you got to use it again, you can't use it just like this, because you know why? There's still liquid in it. So what you got to do is you got to take a shirt or a rag and wrap it around it and squeeze and get all that excess water out of that. Because if you don't, when you press down on your screen, you're going to get water just like this all over your screen. You're going to mess it up. See, these are things you didn't tell you about. When I tell you, they don't tell you everything you need to know. They don't tell you everything you need to know. If he tells you to wash your roller out, somebody's going to wash your roller out, and they're not going to go over and take a rag and absorb the excess water. They're going to press down on the screen, and that water is going to come out on their screen with the water. It's going to mess their screen up. They're not telling you everything. That's what happens when you cut corners. When you cut corners like that, at the end of the day, you make mistakes. So that water's leaking out of there like that. So that's why you put the rag around it. You dampen it. Take as much water as you possibly can out. And that's basically about it. Now, simple plain, take this. Because see how this, people won't clean this out. I think this is okay. Slap your roller on there. You still got paint on that. That's going to transfer right to your screen. Take a toothbrush. I would say take a toothbrush. That's all you need. You don't need nothing major. You don't need nothing major. Just get a toothbrush. Why I know all this is because I was painting this big screen one time. I cleaned out the roller. I thought I had it all cleaned out. I slap it onto the roller. I go across the screen. I see this long black mark going across my screen. I said, where the freak did that come from? It came from right around in here. The minute you push that roller up in here, that paint pushes boop, right against here, pushes out a little bit, and it just draws right on your screen. All right. Goodbye, Dirty Betty. I'm going to put a plaque right here at the bottom. It's going to say Dirty Betty. Keep it clean. Load it and that's everything. So that's it right there. So mind you, you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to do clean your rollers out like that 4 times for each application. Or just go buy yourself a brand new pack of rollers, cheap ones, and just throw them away. But at the end of the day, you waste some money. All right, well, that being said, I'm going to go upstairs and get some food. Is my charger down here? Watch them leave it to Beaver. Leave it to Beaver. Now, if the rest of my stuff comes in the day, we'll be finishing off the RetroPie customized motorized projection screen we're working on over here. Got my dual projectors, dual handles up there with remote controls, but this one's gonna be finished up. This ain't done yet. This is way beyond done. I got a stencil kit coming in. Then I'm a stencil design in here, letters and stuff down here, letters on that side. It's gonna be a pretty crazy screen. Wood grain at the top. This is gonna be pretty nice when we get done with it. We even got, I think we got the stickers over here. I made my own stickers. There we go. My own stickers from a RetroPie. And then this right here is going to be for the tabletop projection screen, which we'll be working on next. Now you see, that's what I'm talking about. Time, people. Time. See how fast it took me to coat the screen? Again. Next time I come downstairs, I get to display it. If that was 4 applications, I'd still be doing the video right now. We'd have to wait. I'll have to let that dry. Go back there and do it again. Let it dry again. Go back there and do it again. You know I ain't doing that nonsense. Come on now. I'll watch some TV right now. Taco, what you want to watch, man? You want your machine on? Here you go. Oh. You just sit there now. I don't play with it anymore. All right, watch some TV. My projector's already on. All right, cool. Cool beans. Cool beans. Has to be a cereal that I give you. You don't eat. Why do you bother asking for stuff you don't eat? I don't understand you, cat. You want something, but you don't never eat it. Told you that's one of my things I gotta have. Everything has to be neat. I'm sorry, people see me on camera from time to time cleaning up. In the middle of the camera, I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. My friend came over. She had to go upstairs and pick up a couple items. And right there, she had to wait until I got the area cleaned up first. Because I can't have my face looking like that. You get raised military and old school and see how your life turns out. Everything has to be just so all the time. mad, bro. They're looking mad. Maybe. I mean, I'm lucky I didn't go to old school. I'm real lucky. I don't know how. I'll tell you something. This new generation, man, I don't know about y'all. I really don't. You know, new generation of kids, I don't understand. New generation of parents, don't understand y'all. I'll tell you why, real quick. Because when I was coming up, there was no such thing as walking right into your parents' room. You couldn't do that. That'll get you murdered at the end of the day. You don't walk into your parents' room. You knock at the door, and you stay right there at the threshold until they give you permission to come into that room. And then when they give you permission to come into the room, you walk in at the foot of their bed, and they talk to you. And that was the end of the conversation, and you left the room. You didn't look back. You didn't run in and jump on the bed. You didn't argue with them. It was none of that nonsense. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. And you walked out of that room, and you went about your business. And that's how it was when I was coming up. I never, ever burst into my mother's room and jumped on her bed. Automatic death sentence from the door. That's where I grew up. Now I see kids running, jumping all over the parents' bed while they're asleep and yelling and screaming and all that crazy nonsense. Y'all think that's funny. That's disrespectful on so many levels. It's not even funny. That's just my personal opinion. That's just how I was raised. And people are like, well, I'm glad I didn't grow up that way. Glad I didn't grow up that way. Glad I didn't grow up that way. Let me tell you something. In my family, you got to be three things. Own your own business, military, or basically graduate with some kind of bachelor's or master's degree. Half of us are military. The other half have their own companies. And the rest have master's and bachelor's degrees. Doctorates and all that good stuff. I said no cheese. I swear, I can't have cheese. Look at this, man. I simply clearly just said no cheese. And they put cheese on it anyway. I can't even eat that. That would mess me up. That'd lock my chest up for the whole day. Oh, well, I guess I can eat the burger. That's basically about it. This is the reason why I don't like to order any fast food from any place. I'd rather just make it myself, because at the end of the day, at least I can put my my vegan cheese on it. No, I'm not vegan. I just can't have certain things because it'll lock my chest up. It builds up mucus in my chest and I can't breathe properly. So I can't have certain things. But anyway, yeah, I don't get that. When I was coming up, job by 16, out of the house by 18. If I had kids, it'd be the same way. When they turn 18, they getting the freak out of my house. I don't care at the end of the day. You gotta go. You're a grown man at that point. I shouldn't be living underneath daddy anymore. Gotta get out of my house. All right, that's basically about it. I'm going to go in here and enjoy my time right here with my cat. Have some fun. Enjoy the rest of my day. I wish my freaking, if I had a son, 18 years old, asking me to help him with his cell phone bill. Never. Get out of my face. Go get a job. All right, I'm going to go wash my dishes up and get something to eat. We'll come back in and we'll finish. I love these jars, man. These jars these are some beautiful jars right here at the end of the day. This is good if you're making preserves and stuff like that. These are nice jars, man. I like that. But anyway, I'm gonna go finish the screen. That's all done and finished. And then I will come back in. We'll hook up the other projector and we'll do some tests on the floor, some demonstrations. I gotta figure out what game that was. I was trying to download. I can't figure out what game it was. And then we'll get back here and finish up. I'm gonna go sit down and relax. The sale for our products are going to be ending on the 7th of January, which means the Phantom goes back up to $600. All right, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.